Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity?
What's going on, guys? TCT here. I just want to apologize for you guys because I haven't really posted any reviews in a while, but I have been keeping my channel fluid when it came to my streams and when it comes to my updated material of how I just feel with certain content that I've been wanting to push out for a long while. And I've been behind on a lot of activities, been behind on a lot of projects that I've been trying to do, and I even took a day off just so I can keep everything up to speed. And while I was doing that, I came across a movie, low budget film. And normally when I watch films, it's like a come and go scenario. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna watch a film, should I talk about it? And then when I look at reviews, people already talked about it, already mentioned it, already made their point across. And for some reason, no one has talked about this film. No one has ever mentioned Wicked Minds, but it's because it's a low budget film. And with low budget films is a hit and miss. It's low budget, so it means low expectations. But this film has actually caught me off guard. It really has. This movie should be mentioned. It should be talked about. Wicked Minds is a thriller drama film that has been directed by Jason Reno. After returning home from college after his studies has finished, a man embarks on a passionate affair that leads to the murder of his own father. Stuck into a web of conclusions, an investigation ensues where both parties are blamed.
One message that flashes in your head like a bright, red, burning neon sign. Trust no one.
While my wife and I taking a break from newer modern films that's been coming out like left and right, we decided to just embark on some old films too. So that's another reason why I want to talk about this film as well. Because when we both watched Wicked Minds, it blew us both away. I've watched it, I loved it, she watched it, she loved it. I told a few people about it, they loved it. Only 2 people did not like the film, and the film was regarding certain types of uncomfortable scenery when it comes to foul play and misjudgment upon this project. That may be the reason why this film has not been mentioned towards certain critics, and maybe because this film has gotten low ratings. But look, y'all know, especially the ones who has been fans of my channel since day one up until now, y'all know I'm brutally honest. This is the reason why I lose fans and why I gain many fans. Because I do what a lot of people don't do, and I don't go into the advertisement of appealing to people when it comes to me being nice. I like to hit you with the raw blows of honest material. And I'm going to have to tell you, Wicked Minds do have some uncomfortable activity, but that's actually what makes this film strong. If you're going to start a film that has flawed characters that is going to execute their own activity of unnormal behavior, and I'm talking about incest, you're gonna have to come in with some A game of us being won over by us liking these characters. Still, I have reviewed certain projects that did this poorly, and Angel Sanctuary, the anime review, is one of them. Even to this day, people have bashed on me of how much I did not like that project. So I'm saying it to say this: if people are gonna come in watching that review and then bashing on me saying how much I like this one, it's because this has done what Angel Sanctuary did not do and executed in a way where we really still felt intact with the story and the premise and the choreography with the characters. The project starts in a very fair pace, in a pace where it kind of put me into an engaging conflict with the whole entire story. Now, it already shows where the son is out on a run while he's getting shot down by an unknown force. But what I liked about it is that when it showed us this in the introduction, they wanted us to give us the eyes of the son of what he has witnessed, what he has been doing up until the present time, by him leaving and going to Europe for a long while and revisiting his father after 2 years of distancy contact. And that's what I liked it. I like to see how when the character has left a household and try to start anew, is it because of something bad, or is it because they just want to move on because they at a and adulthood of trying to see how the real world is. And the pacing of the main character, the son, has pulled me over to the point where I liked the pacing of his character and the choreography itself. Andrew Walker, that plays Holden Price, which is the son, he's done a great job. I don't think anyone could have done what he has done. Not that people could have not done better, but he has pulled me into the point where it felt like I wasn't really watching a film. I was just watching a documentary of a character witnessing how his family is after such a distancy of him living his whole life. And they show like the counterbalance of him and his father, the good and bad, the yin and yang, the opinions and the dysfunctions of people not approving their opinions, which is the father himself. Winston Rickard, that play as Mason, which is Holden Price's father. Good character, very good character, bold character, straight to the point. Had him start to finish very, very, very smart, educational, and upwitty. A father-like character. He reminds me so much of my father. He reminds me so much of my dad. Straightforward, has this uplifting presence of his own integrity, especially when the son begins to do certain things out of his own jurisdiction. And what I mean by that is that when the movie continues, when the thrill and when certain scenes, when it comes to logical activity begins to take place, especially when it comes to the father's decisions or him being suspicious towards his son's behavior, he acts realistic. He doesn't do no cliche, oh, it was just a win, or maybe I was just hearing things type of thing. I was literally on the edge of my seat when he was beginning to suspect certain things, especially when we get introduced to the father's wife, aka the son's stepmother, which will be Lena, that is played by Angie Everhart. I said her name wrong. It's Angie Everhart. She took it out of the park. The scenes, the acting, how I got pulled in to the whole film. I got glued into the movie a lot whenever she showed up or what things was regarding her character. I loved her performance. Her performance was great. Well done, executed to the point where I really, really, really wished that there was more projects that she did that made me feel the same way, or maybe even get pulled in more. I checked more of her filmography, and some of her projects didn't really replicate her own expertise. I think that Wicked Minds may be one of the only films that she did that she acted her fucking ass off. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I looked at some more of her projects, and I was scrolling even more to her activity, and it was getting deeper and deeper to the point where I found out that she even made a deal and even signed certain projects for her to even be in Playboy magazine. Yeah, but I'm not surprised really. When it comes to low budget films, especially in the films in the late 90s and early 2000s, there's a lot of actresses that was into the adult industry that ended up doing films. And with Angie Everhart, this is the reason I'm giving her so much praise, because when it comes to doing adult entertainment scenes and to you to be doing acting, you did a damn good job. Especially when it comes to the believability of the tension aspect of these characters. Because when she is introduced, this is when the whole triangular effect begins to happen to these characters. Their flaws begin to be exposed. Their inner selves of how they really feel towards each other begins to be exposed. Especially when it comes to the father suspecting certain activity when it comes to his son and his wife. Are they sleeping with each other? Are they both having an affair? And if it is, who is she sleeping with? And if the son knows this, why is he hiding this from me? I was getting all these tension feels with these characters to the point where they didn't really pussyfoot around when it comes to you not holding you to the hand of you trying to figure this shit out. And the reason I'm saying that is because they do show you the activity of what these characters are doing, but when the father was murdered, you don't know who killed him and why. Did the wife kill him because he was getting too old and she was beginning to think maybe I need to get his money so I can take it and run? Or maybe the son killed him because he did not like him for certain reasons, and maybe because they both fell in love and she wanted him to have, his father dead. it all played out in a way where you did not know who did what and why they did it, and if whoever did the reason of why his father ended up getting murdered, you understood the reason. But it was only one person that done it, and what I liked about it was that it made you think, was it a third party involved? And if it was, who was involved in murder in the first place? Which leads to the twist. The twist blew me away. At one point I thought it was this person. And then I was like, no. It was this person. Then I was like, wait a minute. No, let me think. It was this person. I know it's this person. This person did it. I have it in my gut that this person has done it. But then when they hit me with this twist of who really did it, I was like, what the fuck? This is one of the biggest twists of low budget film history. And what I like about this film is the fact that with Jason's vision, I know that by watching this the first time, it's going to shock you. But when I watched it the second time alone, when I was trying to get my mind refreshed to do this review, I picked up on things that made me like this film a lot. But this is when I picked up on things that didn't make me like the film at certain points. Like, for example, when I watched the film the first time, I was pulled in when it came to the acting. When I watched it the second time, the acting was beginning to feel a little bit too over-rehearsed. And what I mean by that is the fact that with certain scenes would occur, especially when it came to them having these conversations, it felt like this was too scripted. And by me explaining this even further, when you do scripts, the script writer has to give the person that's into the script to execute it. Now the actor has to execute it, but to make it more realistic, to execute it in a way where they actually are feeling the script. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when it comes to me watching films, a lot of actors talk about this a lot, where they see the script and they want to reverse it in a way where the audience can get entertained by them putting their own realistic reactions towards the script. This is too much to talk about and too much to bash on a low budget film, so I won't really go hard on it that much because I still loved it regardless. But another thing I did not like was the fact that it would show certain scenes to expose who really killed the father. Now, some people would say that these scenes was necessary, but in my opinion, I think it didn't. That scene, especially the wood scene, where the father was getting aimed at, I felt like that scene shouldn't have been necessary. If you're gonna say that the father was going out hunting, then just show that scene. But I feel like show the scene where the father was getting aimed at right when the person is revealed that was the person that killed the father, not while we were still trying to figure shit out before shit got bad. That's just my opinion. I feel like it would have drawn me even more when I found out about the twist, and then if they would have showed what was really going on in that forest, I would have been like, holy shit, that's how they really felt. Wow, like that would have been, Jesus Christ, that would have been A+ material. When I get deep into reviews, I told you, I like to be honest. And by me executing my honesty with these reviews, I want to impact my full disclosure of me recommending to you guys if y'all should check this out or not. Yes, you need to check out Wicked Minds. I love the way how the movie starts. I love the way how the movie was getting executed in the second part of the whole film. And I love the way how it ended. The way how this film ended is not how films will end in today's society. Normally films would like to end in a positive note. Normally films like to end with a certain lesson. Normally films would like to end with a certain agenda trope, which will make the project bad. But what I liked about Wicked Minds is that it ended in a realistic gesture. And with a bold gesture too. And above all, with another message as well when it came to us learning our own psychology of belief, of showing us how wicked this world is, which is hence why the movie is called Wicked Minds. The movie is strong. It started strong, executed strong, but just like a strong blade, it was rough around a couple of edges that I really wish that I could have given this film a perfect rating, and I may have been the only one that would have done that, but I have to be realistic and I have to be honest and I have to be in the whole mindset of giving this film tough love of how I really feel about it. I'm gonna have to give Wicked Minds a B-. I know I have been late with my reviews. I know how I've been late with my anime reviews. The last anime review I reviewed was Amagami SS, and I have been checking out a lot of good animes, a lot of so-so animes, but the anime I'm gonna check out is this one. Let me see. This anime is called it's another Amagami project, Amagami Brilliant Park. This was sent to me from a good friend of mine on social media named the Loose Goose. She wanted me to watch this because she watched my Amagami review. Big love and big shout out to you. I hope you're watching this review because this shout out will be pointless. But this will be next to the list. But before that, I have one more project I gotta work on, and it's going to be big. Well, that's all I got to say for today. Please stay tuned for my upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher. And I hope you all have a good day.